hi everyone. Hope everybody is doing well. I just wanted to do a little apology for not uploading last week, but honestly, we just didn't have anything to update you guys on, and yeah, it's been such a slow month for us, and I'm really not gonna lie, we've been really scraping the barrel for content and stuff, and we just didn't want to put out a video that was boring or had nothing to say or anything like that. So we decided that we weren't going to put out a video last week, but we're back this week, obviously. And we decided that what we're going to do is, we still don't really have anything to show, but what we also realized is that we may feel like we have nothing to show, but actually we haven't done like an updated house like tour thing since our first one, which is obviously before we even started renovating the house at all. So we're going to do that today. We're going to do an updated house tour, which will obviously show the bedroom, which is done, and like the kitchen, which is obviously 50% done. So that would be nice. And then you'll also be able to see the other rooms that we have kind of like got on with as well. Nothing is finished to like the same extent as the bedroom is. So there's going to be no like beautiful rooms, like no wacky wallpaper on the walls. It is like a complete and utter shell, but it's still something that would be really interesting to talk through, and something hopefully that would be really helpful for others out there who are also renovating, because this part or this stage of a renovation is probably the most difficult stage when or at least Dan and I have made it difficult for ourselves, but we have pretty much gutted every single room that we can, and now we are kind of just waiting on our contractors, who are very, very busy, and it's fine, but we're waiting on them to come in and make the rooms nice, because right now they're not nice. And it's difficult because when we take you around in a bit, you will see that it really is a complete shell. So it's a bit of a difficult stage, but I'm feeling positive, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine, Dan's fine. I'm in a good space because our kitchen is done, which was really, really essential, because as we all know that the kitchen before, it wasn't great. So having a nice, clean, just lovely kitchen has made me feel a lot happier, and obviously having a lovely bedroom as well. So I am like very, very chill about the fact that the rest of the house is complete and utter dumping ground. It's not affecting me that much. I would love, really love, my ensuite to be done, or our ensuite to be done, just because the bathroom is quite grotty, but good things come to those who wait. And because I decided to order those absolutely ginormous tiles, we need to find somebody who we trust massively to be able to do that task, because the tiles are so big and they're just not well known yet, and then they haven't been used really yet by a lot of contractors. They're a very new thing. So that's just me making life difficult for myself and deciding I didn't want grout lines, but you know, we're just trying to kind of find somebody who we feel like we can trust. Adrian was obviously supposed to lay the tiles, but ever since he went into hospital for his knee, we've decided that we just really don't want him doing any sort of like heavy lifting or anything like that, and because those tiles are so heavy, he's not going to do them. But that's okay, because we will find somebody who we trust, and I'm sure they'll be able to lay the tiles. But yeah, but aside from that, I think today, yeah, we're going to take you around today and do just like an updated what's going on. And then we've also got, very exciting, our bedroom doors being delivered today, which is great because we haven't had a bedroom door literally since we moved in, actually. And it'll be really nice because we'll be able to have the dog sleep on the bed now, because beforehand we've been putting him in his crate every night just because of his issue with the foxes. So during the night, if we did have him on the bed, he would just be up and down all night because he'd be going downstairs to bark at the foxes and come back up again. So now that we're going to have a bedroom door on, he can sleep on the bed again and he can have cuddles, and I'm really excited for that. I say this though, he loves his crate so much he'll probably just go in his crate anyway and not want to sleep with us. So yeah, but anyway, I need to go upstairs and help Dan because he is currently putting our new architrave on. We got some new architrave for upstairs because the original one we got, we decided we didn't like it, and it was a really rushed decision to get it, and we looked at it the other day and we were like, no. So we ordered some new architrave, which arrived on Friday, and it is so much nicer. It's a lot more elegant, I think, and it's a lot more intricate. And it's just a bit like a little bit of an extra something something, you know, something a little bit interesting. And yeah, I really love it. It goes really, really well with that paneling. So I'm gonna help him finish off that, and yeah, then probably have some lunch. And then after my lunch, I will take you guys around and we will do an updated house tour. What have you got on your mouth? Is that your tongue? Huh? What is that? Oh, it's your little tongue. Oh, beautiful boy, aren't you? Look at that. All right. Hello, everybody. So I am currently in our bedroom right now, and I'm going to give you guys a little tour of everything that has happened in here. I think we've done an updated, we did like a sit down bedroom chat, but I don't think we did like a proper walkthrough of everything in here. So I'm going to do that now to show you guys everything that we've done in here in a bit more detail, and kind of like just give an overview of the last few little bits that we need to do, and then I'll be taking you downstairs to show you the rest of the rooms as well. But I thought we'd start off in a nice room because it's just nice. So I'm going to give you a pano of our bedroom, going to give you a pano of our dressing room, and then I'm going to talk through just a few of the little cute things that we've added in, some of the things that we've bought, and just like the little added extras that we've put in since last time we showed you. Bevan's dog bone. Bevan really likes burying his bones in this spot here. So he'll come up with a bone in his mouth and he'll start like scratching here. And he likes to put his bones here. So I'm going to leave that for him because he'll get annoyed if I move it. But sorry about that. Okay, so obviously a few things have changed in here, and a few things haven't. So obviously we still kind of have the dust sheet up instead of curtains. We are getting our curtain pole made. At the moment it's being made by Neptune, and so they're doing it, and then as soon as that is ready we're gonna install it. And then we've actually got curtains downstairs, but we obviously can't put them up without a curtain pole. So we're waiting for that, and then hopefully that'll be done soon so we can have some proper curtains. We've gone for pencil pleat, and I think they're in like a grey colour. I honestly can't remember. It was such a long time ago since I actually ordered the curtains, so I can't even remember what colour I ordered, but I think it was grey. But I'm looking forward to having those because at the moment the sun basically rises right here, and when it is like up, I sleep there. So it is right in my eye line, and obviously the dust sheet doesn't really cover that. So every morning I get woken up at like 5 o'clock by the sun beaming into my face. So it's a lovely way to wake up, but I am very much looking forward to our curtains being put up and me not being woken up by blinding light. But that's the plan for there. Something that we have added that we really, really love is this little side table, rustic stool kind of thing. I really wanted to add some rustic elements to this room because it's very modern in here. We've got a lot of gold, a lot of cream, and I just wanted a little bit more texture and, well, like I've said before, rustic elements. So this stool we picked up from Home Barn, and I really love it. It's just like this really lovely wood, and it's got all these lovely cracks and creases in it, and I just think it's really cool. It's really great. So we've picked this up. We also picked up this little pot from there as well. These are just some faux flowers from Neptune. This is the Make Life Beautiful book by Studio McGee. This was given to me at my christening. It's supposed to be silver, but over the years it's tarnished, but I'm actually kind of into the tarnished look. So we'll see. And that's just a photo of my parents there. But I really like this, and I think it works really, really well next to this. We obviously added this cushion. This is from Ralph Lauren, and then this throw. 2 pops of colour. I really wanted pink and I wanted blue because I love pastels. They're my 2 favourites, and I just think they look great in that space. This was my granny's, which she used to have in my bedroom at her old house. So I've put it there, and I think it works really well. It ties in this section together. Fireplace is still going strong. We've got the fire on. It's lovely, especially on an evening. The other day, or when was it? What day are we on today? Monday. On Saturday we had a bit of a lazy lie-in, but it was raining outside and it woke us up, and we got up and we got a coffee and we ordered some pastries and we put the fire on in bed, and it was just so lovely and like warming and honestly just divine. And it was the exact feeling. I wanted to replicate that feeling, like of being all snuggled in bed with a fire on and with a coffee in hand and just feeling really content, and I just really wanted that, and that's the exact feeling I had on Saturday morning, and it was just lovely. It was lovely. So the fireplace was absolutely a great decision. We are loving it, and we are so glad that we did it because it's amazing. And every time I come in this room and I look at it and I look at the big marble that we've put here as well, I really think it's just such an amazing feature, and yeah, don't regret it at all. It's amazing, so I'm really happy with that. Over this section here we have got, so this is a faux olive tree. I think we just got this from John Lewis. I think it's West Elm, but it was on John Lewis. So we picked up a faux olive tree to go here. I really wanted to add some colour. I wanted to add some nature, and olive trees you can't really have inside, so we had to go faux, but I think this works really, really well. And I don't think it looks that fake. I mean, it is fake, obviously, but I think, you know what, it works pretty well. So we're really happy with that. We need to pick up a pot for it still, but still looking for one of those. Bed's been great, loving it. A lot of people are like, oh, does it annoy you having to take all those pillows off every day and then put them back on again? No, it doesn't. I love it. It makes me happy. I just want loads of pillows. So the bed has been great, and it is very, very comfy, and our mattress is a Simba mattress for anybody who's interested, and I highly, highly recommend. I'm not a big memory foam mattress person, but I think Simba is a hybrid, and I have fully been converted. It is so comfy, and I just don't have back issues or anything like that at all, so highly recommend the Simba mattress. And our linen, if anybody is interested, is by a company called Co's. It's absolutely amazing. It is so soft and just lovely, and I just love getting into bed, especially after freshly washed sheets and everything. It's just wonderful. So we love that, and then obviously everything else is White Company, and you know, they're great. So our rug, sorry, my little slippies are on the floor here. Our rug is obviously from Neptune. I love this rug a lot, and I'm really glad we have it, and I think it works so well actually in the space. It really is just like a lovely feature. It's white, so it gets absolutely filthy, and when you have a dog, it gets even more filthy. So we are like having to clean this pretty much every single day, but that's absolutely fine. But yeah, it's wonderful. Again, it adds a lot of texture. There's like this lovely braiding detail in it, and I honestly have nothing to complain about. It's wonderful. These little guys, we picked these up from Neptune, and I think we're gonna get one more maybe, but I just wanted something in this space. We are gonna get a piece of art here. I haven't found anything yet, so we're just holding on. But I wanted something in this space. I needed something that I could tie in with the black frame of the fireplace, and I just think these are really lovely. So we need to get some pillar candles. I want to get one more, and then I think they're just a really nice tie-in feature of the black frame here. Equally, our curtain pole, when it's made, is also going to be black. So everything comes in threes, and they're going to be my 3 black features in this room. Right, dressing room. So lots has happened in here, I guess, since our last update. I will start over here. So, our lovely ladder is living here at the moment alongside our throw that was given to us by our friend, and I think we're probably going to be moving this ladder into the ensuite, to be honest, but for now I actually really like it here. The only issue is the radiator kind of sticks out a bit and it just doesn't work super well, but I still love the ladder, and it at least makes this area a little bit more exciting. So we love the ladder. I've spoken about this rug before, so that's fine. We've got a mirror here, which is great. So we picked up this mirror from a store near us called WBR Interiors, and it was like really, really inexpensive. It's kind of got a little bit of a rusticy, is that gonna focus? Shabby chic paint job going on here, and it's obviously got this beading detail. I just really like it. It's really nice, and it's a good size for the space because it doesn't stick out too much. That was something we were concerned about because our wardrobes are here, so we needed a thin mirror, and this is thin enough to not get in the way of the wardrobe, so that was a great choice. We picked this up from Neptune. It's a lovely basket, and I've just got, I don't really know what I'm doing with this here, I've just kind of thrown things on, but we've just got some books on here, and bits and pieces just to make our island a little bit more exciting, because without this it was quite bare, so we needed something to, you know, just make it more exciting. So that's there. Another mirror, this is our most amazing mirror ever that we got the most amazing deal on. It's from IJL Brown, which is on the New Kings Road in London, and oh my god, I love this mirror so much. It is just amazing. It's grey here with a little bit of beige here, and it's kind of like, I don't even know how to say this, like ladder step detailing, I'm not sure, but this mirror is probably my favorite thing that we have bought so far for the house. I just love it, and it ties in so well with the color scheme we have going on in here. Perfect size. Love it. That was a great purchase. And then on here, this is just like a perfume tray, which is messy, and we've got some flowers. And yeah. And then what else? Dog's bed is there. There's also another one under there. I'm not sure why he needs two in this room, but he does. But then I guess we have to move on to the ensuite. Now, nothing has changed in here, apart from it's probably full of a lot more crap. But yeah, nothing has changed in here, which is unfortunate. But like I said earlier, we are just concerned about Adrian laying the tiles because of his knees. So we're kind of waiting to find somebody that we trust who is going to be able to lay those mega tiles. But like beforehand, this room is done. It is ready to have the tiles laid. We just need someone to lay the tiles, and then hopefully this should be done within like a week when we find somebody. But for now, it's just gonna have to stay as it is, but that's okay. It's fine. I have come to the conclusion now that that's just not going to be done for a while, and I've made peace with that. Anyway, heading downstairs. So we've still got our weird massive floating radiator. I think Adrian is obviously back this weekend. I think he is going to be removing this. In fact, I really hope he is, because then Dan and I can get on with, or I'm going to get on with wallpaper stripping this area here. And then we've already primed the stairs ready for painting, so we're going to paint those. We're going to do some low-level paneling all the way down here. And then we are going to obviously get a stair runner at some point, but we just need to do the rest of the landings before we do that. But it at least gives us something to do in the meantime. We're also going to be having some big, they're kind of like fluffy cloud lights. They're a bit of a gimmick, but Dan and I love them, so we're going to have 3 of those hanging down here. Our electrician has already put in the wires, so they are good to go, and when we order those, obviously, we can have those installed. All right, and then heading down, I'll show you, well, nothing's really happened down here. So again, this is another landing hallway. As you can see, nothing's happened in here. This area we knocked into, and what we are going to do is we're going to knock out this wall and take away all of this wiring, border up these pipes, and then we're basically going to just have this whole area as like an addition on the landing, because our landing is very, very, very small. It's very, like, width-wise, it's tiny, and so we need to add that extra space in. So when we remove all of this, we're going to be able to add that extra space, which is great. And yeah. And then if we go down here, this obviously going to be the study, but right now it's complete dumping ground. So there you go. You don't have to see that. And then this, again, this is where our Frankenstein's monster of a boiler lives. It's still Frankenstein's monster. We haven't had a chance to get to him yet. So that's it for here. We're going to be removing this weird shelf thing. There's a lot of these around the house, and we honestly don't know why there are so many of them, unless the previous owners just really wanted a lot of shelves, but they have been stuck on. They're literally just wooden planks that have been painted. So It's kind of odd, but we are going to be removing all of these weird shelves, which you'll see there are a lot of, into this room. So this room obviously used to be where we were originally sleeping when we first moved in. We have made it into our temporary TV room at the moment. So we've obviously got our TV in here and our humongous L-shaped sofa. If you can remember, we used to have fitted wardrobes in here. Dan has removed those and he has put a dust sheet up over it just because there was a lot of like peeling wallpaper and just loads of crap coming down. So that's why the dust sheet is up. But eventually we're going to be replastering this area. And then honestly, this room, once we have done the media room and we can move all our stuff into it, we can probably then get on with this room because there's actually... Hello. There's actually not that much to do in here because the walls are in pretty good nick. And well, we think they are. We'll see when we take the wallpaper down. This is what we say about every wall, but they seem to be in pretty good nick. And yeah, there just doesn't seem to be that much to do in here, which is great. This camera's having a really rough time focusing today. There we go. So that's the plan for this room. This one will probably be done in like, I guess the next 2 months. It depends how busy we are, but as soon as, well, the electrics are done in here. So as soon as we've got that bit plastered, as soon as we've got this plastered here, Dan and I can't plaster, so we need to find somebody to do that. But I guess as soon as that's done, then we can do this room, which is exciting because then we'll have a spare room for people to stay in, which is lovely. And then again, another weird shelf that's going to be going, and we're going to be replacing the radiator as well at some point. But that's the plan for this room. And then next door is dumping ground number 2. So the issue with this room is there is a lot wrong with it. There is a lot of things that we need to redo. We need to obviously take away all of these shelves. The windows are pretty knackered. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. Yeah, the windows are knackered and we're going to have to replace them, and it's going to cost a fortune because to get this kind of like this style glass at the top, I want to keep it traditional, so I want to have this but double glazed. Oh my goodness, just can't even think about that right now. Yeah, I mean, I know it's an absolute tip in here, so you probably won't be able to tell, but it is actually quite rickety, I guess is the best way to describe it. It's not in a good way. There is a lot of work that's going to need to be done in there. So unfortunately, for the time being, we have put that room on hold because to do it is just going to cost us actually so much money when you think about it. And we're doing a renovation, so we're over budget because it's a renovation, and to fully redo that room at the moment it's not going to be in budget, so we've had to put it on hold, which is a shame because I always used to say that would be like one of my showstopper rooms because of the windows and everything. I just thought it'd be gorgeous, but for the time being we just can't do it. So maybe we will revisit it in like a year or so when we've done like other rooms in the house that are more pressing, but for now that room's not getting done. Why are you so... You're already sweating.
I know, sorry. I'm going to Screwfix, just so you know.
Oh, now am I not coming with you?
No, you're doing this.
Oh, I wanted to come with you. I like going out for drives.
Well, on this occasion, you have to stay in. We're working on an efficiency basis here.
Okay, off you go.
Alrighty, see you in a bit. You look very pretty.
Thank you. Cutie. What was I saying? But yeah, so that room is on hold for a bit, but hopefully we can revisit it when we have more finances available, because for now we just don't. Anyway, I'll give you guys like a little update on I guess what we're doing on the landing and stuff, because I'm actually really excited for our landing and our stairs, which I know may seem really boring, but I'm excited about it. So obviously we are digging into like this room and making it bigger, but what we're also going to do is it's going to be carpet on the floor, and the carpet is going to be the same as what our stair runner is going to be coming down here. And then our stairs are going to be wooden. We're going to paint them white. Haven't decided on what sort of carpet stair runner we're going for yet, but we'll obviously update once we have. And what we're going to do is, oh, also, sorry, this is a bone. You'll see a lot of those things dotted around. Bourbon hides them. Obviously that's not a very good hiding place, but he thinks it is, so he puts them in really random areas. You'll see them everywhere. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing low level paneling all along the walls, all the way down, and that is the plan. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. I just ran up the stairs because the camera died and I had to charge it again. We're going to be getting new banisters. I mean, there's a lot of things going on here. Haven't thought about banisters too much yet, but again, we'll update. There's another one when we do. All right, heading down here. Hello, little boy. So this is probably a bit of a change. We took away the wall here and we are having some crystal doors made, which I'm very excited about. So we're going to have crystal doors in this space here. And then as we go in, this is obviously going to be the media room. It's kind of like our painting room at the moment. So it's kind of full of junk. But as previously mentioned, our L-shaped sofa will be going along here. We are having this window replaced. That has been ordered, so we're just waiting for that now. TV will be up here, and then in this section here is going to be the bar, which is very exciting. So what we have been getting on with is we have been painting our bar units. So we had some left over from our kitchen, and obviously they were originally this kind of blue color, if you can see, and we have painted them white. So this is, I believe it's called Cabbage White from Fire and Ball, and we painted it and it looks really nice. It's kind of got a hint of blue green in it, but I really like it. So we painted those. Another one down here. This is a wine rack that we didn't manage to get in the kitchen, so that's obviously going in here. So we're going to install all those, and then we've got the Gucci wallpaper, which has been on my Instagram. It's at the Bleu house if anybody wants to see it, but we've got the Gucci wallpaper, which will be going along this section here. Wall units at the bottom. We're going to be putting shelves up, just clear shelves. Obviously you want to see the wallpaper because it's Gucci. And then we're going to get some real marble as a worktop along there, but again, we shall see what happens with that. We're also going to get a sink built in to the marble as well. It's what our contractor recommended we do, so we're doing it. But that's probably it for in here. These are our new doors which arrived today, so they are on our trestles at the moment, and we're going to be painting these. Actually, I'm going to be painting these once I've done this video. So these are our new doors for the bedroom, and we've also got one for what's going to be the laundry room downstairs. But yeah, that is the plan in this room. Bourbon's very comfy here. So our drawing room, again, not much has changed. It's still an absolute pit, but we are basically just waiting for the electrics to be done in here. And then once the electrics are done, Dan and I can get on and get this room finished, because there's actually not that much to do. Dan can lay flooring now. So we're having the same flooring that we have in the bedroom. So Carndine, Dan's gonna lay the flooring. I'm gonna wallpaper strip, paint the walls. We haven't decided what we're doing about these yet, because we need to remove them, and we are unsure of how, like, what the situation is going to be like when we do remove them. So that is something we're unsure about, but hopefully we're going to do, hopefully it's not going to be that bad. So all we need to do is like patch up the areas, but we are going to be keeping 2 of them, and they are going to be moving to kind of this section here, because if you imagine, we're obviously building a wall from the door all the way down here, up here, and then this is all going to be a wall along here. So these 2, or these 2, whichever it may be, one will sit there and one will sit there. So it's like a little reading nook corner thing. But that's the plan for in here. The fireplace, it's apparently really dangerous. Dan's dad is gas certified, and he took a look at the gas and he told us never ever ever to turn it on. So we need to redo the fireplace, and we are going to be extending it also a bit, because I have a painting that I need to put on there, and the painting is too big for this space, so we're going to be extending it this way and this way as well, so that's a bit more of a feature there. But then honestly, that's probably about it. This is the sofa that's going in here, which we've told you about already. It's from Loaf, so that'll be one of the sofas in here, and the rest of it is actually all of the stuff for our ensuite, like our bath, which we got in December, and it's still in here. It's May now, and that is our double vanity unit. Again, got that in December, it's now May. The tiles, December, it's now May. But you know, these things take time. Window-wise, we're not going to be replacing the windows in here. They are okay, and they're not in a dangerous position. So I'm quite happy to leave those single glazed for now. These shutters are also new. And although I wouldn't have chosen these ones myself, I'm just going to keep them to keep costs down. I don't need to change them, so that is the plan. Although I think we are going to be replacing that window back there, because it's not as expensive to do as the intricate ones. And again, stair runner down here. And then this area here is going to be all Cardine as well, when this is eventually our hallway. So that's the plan for in here. And then as I come down the stairs here, and also we'll still be doing low-level paneling along all of the walls down. That's just the whole plan for all of the landings and stairways and hallways. So coming down the stairs, I'll show you around. This is obviously the dining room. Now plans for in here are removing these doors, and we're just going to have a big archway here. We want it to be really easily flowy, the dining room and the kitchen, etc, etc, and just thought it'd be nice to have a hallway here instead, archway here instead. So removing these doors. Now we've obviously emptied this room. This used to be a crap room. It's empty now because our electrician has been in and he's drilled into all the walls because he is doing the electrics in here. So all of these walls have been drilled. Now we just need to feed the wires through, and then this room is actually done, which is great. As you can see on this side as well, all the walls have been drilled. So we're just waiting now for him to do the electrics, which I think he's actually doing tomorrow, fingers crossed. And then Dan and I are actually going to start on this room, which is a little bit of a surprise because we weren't expecting this room to be done so early, but that's still great and exciting, and it gives us something to do. So what we're planning on doing is, once the electrics are done, I'm going to wallpaper strip, get that all done. Hopefully the walls aren't in too much of a bad condition. I say this about everything, but it normally is the case. We're a little bit concerned because, as you can see down here, this is like bubbling away. And this is like an exterior wall, so we're not entirely sure what we're going to find, but I mean, it looks it looks okay. I don't know if I was meant to do that. But either way, we're going to do something, and I'm going to wallpaper strip in here, paint in here. Dan is going to do the flooring, so we're going to rip up all of this wooden floor, and we are going to tile it the same tiles that we actually have in the kitchen. We just thought that'd be easier, more flowy. I don't want like 10 different floorings in my house. I think that would really like irritate me. So I want it to be the same as the kitchen. And these doors at the back, we got a quote to have these redone. We put it on hold for now as we didn't think it was essential, but actually now that the dining room has been moved forward so much, we are probably going to get these done sooner rather than later, because the last thing we want to do is do this room and then have to take the doors out and replace them, and it would just make a mess of everything. So they're actually probably going to get done sooner rather than later. And the plan for those is big bifolding doors there, which would be lovely. So I'm very excited about that. And last but not least, we've got the kitchen, which obviously you've all seen. And again, nothing's really changed in here. Spin you around. So here's the kitchen. This is how it's looking at the moment. So the main area, the main bulk of it, this section, it's good to go. It's great. We obviously need to get the skirting here and things like that, but all the niggly bits are getting done next week. So that's great. This step still needs to be tiled, but again, Adrian's back at the weekend, so that will be done next week. What we are going to be doing, I think Dan has already mentioned this, is we're going to actually be removing our wall units. So they're going, both of those, and we are getting some wooden shelves instead. We just thought it'd be a lot more open, because it's actually, the ceilings in here are incredibly short, or like height-wise, they're not very tall at all. Tall at all, we just thought it'd be better to have shelves rather than this like chunky, big cupboard. So that's the plan for in here, and it's also a nice way for us to like show off a few of our like little trinket things, some of our vases, stuff like that. So that's the plan for there. As you can see, the bench is looking good, it's looking fine. I got some cushions and stuff. I need to get new pillow inserts for these because I just got really cheap ones for the time being, but I'll get some like proper nice ones soon. We have stained this, so this is like the wooden color that we have on our island chair legs, so that's all matching there. We painted these, I don't know if you remember, but these obviously used to be doors, so what we did was we took off the handles, filled in the door crease, which I guess used to be probably around here, painted them, so now they just look like they're supposed to be like that, but as you can see, they're the hinges. And then at the bottom here, we need to get some skirting for here, and then this bench is good to go, which is wonderful, and we're very impressed because we did it all ourselves. This area here, we're not too sure about. Our friend suggested actually doing a very, very miniature wine rack and just keeping all of our cooking wines in here, which I think is actually a really good idea. So we need to look into that, but that is something that we need to think of. and get done. And then I guess these are still waiting to go into the pantry. Dan has decided he doesn't want to do it just in case he does it wrong. And if he does it wrong, then it's an expensive mistake to correct. So we're waiting for Adrian to get back so he can help Dan with those as well, which is wonderful. And then this room, again, I'm still not, well, you know what, I am going to show you this room. Just be warned, it's absolutely vulgar because it is our trash room at the moment. But this is eventually, or next week, this is going to be turned into the laundry room. Now, we're unsure of the state of this room because, as you can see, it is absolutely shocker. It has always been absolutely shocker. But we're going to do our best and make this into a laundry room. But again, there's not much I can show you in here. It's gross. It used to be the previous owner's dog's room and it's awful, but that's going to be the laundry room as of next week. We've got the door as well for here. That came today too, and it's a fire door because it's the laundry room. Our drywall would be in there, so we need a proper fire door. So it's heavy as hell, and hopefully if our dryer does ever catch fire, let's hope it doesn't, but if it does, we'll have a fire door there. This section needs to be done. Again, this all needs to be done, but as I've mentioned beforehand, this will be one of the last things to do because this absolute horrible thing our electrician has said he will do last. So can't do much about this until the rest of the house has been rewired, and then we can look at that awful thing there. And then here we go, last section here. So we've got a door ordered for here, which is coming, I think, in the next 2 weeks. So there'll be a new door there, which is lovely because that's currently single glazed and really, really, really rickety. We will be removing this door, as I've previously said. That is going, and we're just going to have it as an archway. Mentioned this so many times, but we need as much light in here as possible. It's underground, it's really dark, lights are always on. So take away that so it's more free flowing as we go in. Right now, this is a current absolute hellhole as well. But as mentioned before, this will be our downstairs WC. So we've ordered our toilet, we've ordered our sink, our wallpaper for in here, and we need to order a door actually, because there's gonna have to be a door that goes just along here. So it's gonna be a very small area, but it's a WC, and you obviously don't need a big WC really, do you? And then that's probably about it. As you can see, we've got loads of like chasing that's been done. Our electrician has been getting on with a lot of the electrics in here. So he's redone all of our spotlights. So actually, we don't have 26 spotlights anymore. Hallelujah. So we've just moved our spotlights here. So we've got, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 along here, 6 along here, and then we've got 4 pendants that are gonna go along here eventually, but not 26 anymore. And actually, this is more than enough light in this room. This fridge door Adrian is helping us put on because it's actually really complicated. You would think it's easy, you'd think you just have to like hook it onto like the hooks or the frames or whatever it is, but it's actually really complicated, and Dan and I both looked at the instructions and we were like, we don't know how to do this and we're just not even gonna try. So that's another job for Adrian. I feel sorry for him. He's coming here and he knows he probably has a lot to do, but I feel like we're just going to tell him to do all the really like small bits as well, which are like the most irritating parts, because like nobody really wants to do the small irritating bits, but unfortunately there are just some things that Dan and I can't do, so he's just gonna have to help us out with them. But anyway, that's about it for the house. We've spoken about the garden before. I'm not going to go in there because it's gross, but I think that should be getting done probably, oh gosh, I don't know. I don't like to say when things are getting done because it always ends up just being later and later and later, and that's just the way of a renovation, and I know that things take time, but I just feel like I say, oh, it's getting done at the end of May, and then by like the end of June it still hasn't been done, and people are probably going to be like, why has it not been done? So renovation and things do take a lot longer than expected, and you just have to have a lot of patience, which is something that I have learnt. I am normally quite a patient person, but it has been hard work when we were first here and everything was a mess. It was really hard because things were just taking a long time. But now that we've got the 2 rooms done that matter the most, to me at least, is the kitchen and the bedroom and the bathroom, but you know. 2 out of those 3 that matter the most to me. I feel so much more content. I'm happy to just like let things slide, let things go, and just understand that things take time. It is frustrating, and some days I do feel a bit like, oh, for goodness sake, like I just really want my media room done, or like mostly my bathroom. I just really want my bathroom done. So there are days like that, but what can you do? There's nothing you can do. You just have to accept that it takes time. I've learned to work on my patience, which is something that's been really beneficial actually, because I was never an impatient person, but I wasn't the most patient either. So this has really taught me to like keep that in check and just to be more patient, which is wonderful. And it's also a good thing as well, because it gives Dan and I a chance to reflect and to go through our plans and to kind of scrap things that don't work or add things that do work. And it's just good, because if we were in a position where we could go all guns blazing and just go for everything, and we had contractors who could just do it all in one, I guarantee in like 6 months time we'd look back and be like, oh, why did we do that? Or why didn't we do that? Or, oh, that cost too much money and it's not actually done anything for us, and things like that. So at least because things are taking longer, it gives us a chance to live in the space, to work in the space, to understand how we use the space, and to kind of really go through things that we need and we don't need. Like, I remember when we were first planning the renovation for the house, we had about 4 or 5 secret doors that we were gonna add in. We're not adding any secret doors now. Like, why we decided we needed secret doors, I don't know. And it's just things like that, you know, you just kind of work out what actually is essential and what isn't essential. But yeah, but in terms of like doing it, I've really been enjoying myself. I've absolutely loved it, and it has got my creative juices flowing so much, which is great because I am quite a creative person, and I love, you know, well, now I love interior design, but I love fashion. I just love anything creative. We feel so proud of everything we've achieved so far. You know, bear in mind that this room and the bedroom, it was me, Dan, Adrian, and our electrician, and we were like the only 4 people who did these rooms. Now we're obviously getting in extra contractors because Adrian's really busy and we just kind of need things to be done a little bit more quickly. Having one person does slow down the process, but it was great because it meant that we all were able to have such a hands-on role, and we loved it. So even though we're getting more contractors in now, just to kind of hurry things up a bit, they're great because they're still kind of giving us the opportunity to be really hands-on, which is actually something that would be really difficult. And we're just loving the process. And even though we do have those off days sometimes where we're just like completely downtrodden and all we're wanting is like another room done, it's fine because it just gives us so much. Like, it's just an absolute dream to be able to really renovate our own house and do it to our own spec and however we want it. So we're loving it. We just want to say, yeah, a really big thank you for all the love and the support that we've had. It's actually been really lovely, and thank you so much for like supporting the journey and for everybody's excitement. It has been so surprising to us that so many people seem to be really enjoying our vlogs and the house and everything, and just we're really enjoying doing it as well, and we're really glad that other people are enjoying what we're doing too. So we will keep you all up to date obviously with everything, and hopefully we'll have something to show you guys soon, which is going to be a bit more exciting than like shelves of rooms and rooms that you've already seen. But until then, please continue to support us. Please remember to like, to subscribe, follow us on Instagram. It's @the Bleu House, and we will see you guys next week.